Hello there. Once again, Santon Trementano Bay. Thank you guys for stopping by the collection room on a Sunday morning. It's not terribly early this Sunday morning, but I'm still slowly but surely working my way getting my big old worn out long boxes broken down and kind of gotten rid of and putting them in short boxes. And that means a lot of sorting, moving stuff around, and it's given me something to do usually early on Sundays before service and before we do anything with the kids or anything like that. So this is the first week I have a baby in that other room, just kind of funny. But yeah, we're still recovering this Sunday, but Marvel Feature presents Red Sonja, 25-cent cover. I mean, that's awesome. I like that. I'm trying to put different stuff in here. As far as stuff that I thought I didn't have anymore, I still have this Shaun of the She-Devil, issue number 5. It's labeled 20 cents. The guy had it marked 20 bucks. I think he sold it to me for 10 because he was a really nice guy. He was this nice little Jewish guy who ran a store in El Paso called Rebel Comics. He passed away and a couple years ago. He was the best store in town. God, what do we got here? Those are not ready to be next. Fist of the God. These are Eternity books. The covers are way better than the interiors. But if you ever heard of this one, it's just an odd little set. I bought it from the same guy, probably the same day. Probably about the last time I was there before he passed. It was pretty unexpected. Greylore, number 1. Serious Comics. This is one I wanted to find just because it was a weird title. And it always says 1 of a 6-issue epic. Issue number 2. Issue number 3. I mean, they're cool books. Issue number 4. And then issue 5. And even as late as issue 5, it says part of a 6-series issue epic. There was only 5 issues made. It actually wrapped. And I thought the first time I bought that set, I thought, oh, I got screwed. It's missing the 6th issue. Well, actually, there just isn't one. The Amazing Spider-Man 638. I probably just have it because it's a beautiful cover. I don't have much for Spider-Man comics anymore. I've pretty much gotten out of those. Miss Mystic, issue 1. PC books. I like PC comics. I hate new Archie comics, like the new art style and everything. However, because it was an Adam Hughes cover and I really liked that, I did buy this one. But as far as like the new Archie style, the Riverdale stuff, gag me. So last week during the video, I mentioned Ed Piskor. I came across one of his comics that was signed. This Kyra series is one of the books that he had highlighted in a video. And I had a couple issues. I just had like 2. But he just showing off a few that he had found. I went and had to find the rest. And I was pretty satisfied with that. Star Trek. Not a huge Star Trek comic book guy. Haven't ever really been. They're not. They usually kind of don't have a really fantastic art style. This cover was amazing, so it's definitely one I've kept. Another comic or a cartoonist kayfabe peripheral character, Tom Scioli. Is that how you say that? Tom Scioli or Scioli, whatever. Anyway, I have this IDW GoBots number 1. I don't like IDW. I do like GoBots. So it was something I snagged. Leave It to Binky. For some reason, I grab Binkies every time I see them. They're DC comics, but they really pretty much look a lot more like Archie books. This has appeared in several videos in the past. Barabbas by issue number 2 by Slave Labor Graphics. I have never seen Barabbas number 1. I don't think they ever made a Barabbas number 3, but I love this comic. This is a weird little comic book, full of weird little art and a weird little story. And I got it out of Ben Franklin's in one of those 3 comics for $1 bags. And it was one of the very first interactions my brother and I ever had with comic books. We didn't like it at the time, but it has grown on me over many years. Not something I would normally purchase, but my neighbor, he's a nice guy, but he went to a comic book con and saw this and got it signed and gave it to me. And it is a signed Cherry Pop-Tart. I'm not even sure which issue. But yeah, I have a signed by Larry Wells Cherry Pop-Tart. So. This can get you flack. I have a Demi Lovato comic book. Blue Water Comics made a lot of comics about real people. And this was one of them that they made about Demi Lovato. There was a host of them. And it's not a slam book at any point. They do it for everybody. They just give kind of like a history of where this character, this person came from, and how they got famous, and kind of how they're doing now. It's kind of neat. I have all 4 issues of A Conqueror Barren Earth. I'm seeing a lot of like ticks on that spine. I don't care. If I remember right, the reason that these were great is there's a lot of like dinosaur riding. People riding dinosaurs. This pretty lady riding dinosaurs. We all want that. Everybody wants that. Hot chick riding a dinosaur. That's the thing. Anyway, that one. Oh wait, shoot. Crap. I got one more tiny series I'm going to try and squeeze in here. These are odd. These are from Sirius Comics. Demon Gate. They're a weird little book. I'm not going to say they're like a great book. They are, well, they are what they are. It's I think it's a cousin or something to, oh, what are those books I just had? ElfQuest or Elf something. But weird art style. It's definitely not an art style for everybody. Everybody is very lithe and skinny and I guess elfish would be the word. But yeah, weird set of books. Fairly interesting. Fairly creepy. I would say they're kind of creepy. But just so not what I was used to in comics that there's something I've held on to for years. So ever since I got them. And that's issue 10. I'm pretty sure I have the whole set of Demon Gate. Not a book I've ever done a video on. Don't know if I would. They're kind of odd. But it is what it is. And then I have over here. I make a lot of shuffling noises to try and sort through different boxes. X-Mutants, which, is it a ripoff of X-Men? Well, no, not really. Kinda. The name certainly is. It was not originally a Malibu comic. I always thought it was originally a Malibu comic. And this, if you recognize this, this is the cover of the Sega Genesis video game, which is where I even heard of this whole series. So, digging through the bins at, gosh, it would have had to have been KB Toys. I found a copy of X-Mutants with that cover, and I think it was $20, which was super cheap for games back then. Seems like a lot now. Played it. It's not a great game, but I did enjoy it. And because of that, I found the Malibu comics of it. And then later found out that they went older than Malibu, for sure. And they were doing stuff with Eternity. And before Eternity, I think it was Pied Piper. But Malibu certainly revamped the team with the second team. The first team gets all killed off. Like, all of them. And actually, all of your main characters in the first one get killed off. So that's kind of weird and sad. But the Malibu title, they're all still alive and kicking. You can see they were older books at the time. Like, here's some stuff from Eternity. Eternity had different directions that everybody was taking. Eternity, the team was predominantly females with just like a couple males because they were tasked with actually repopulating the world, which is a plot point that they have dropped since they went to Malibu to be a little bit more of a family-friendly book. They never did repopulate the world. They ended up fighting mutants and being slaughtered eventually. So the whole premise of X Mutants is the whole world is mutated. Everybody is a freaking disgusting mutant. And one disgusting mutant scientist turns six mutants back into humans, the X Mutants. And so they literally have no powers. They're just humans. And I have a few duplicates here. But that's the whole premise, is they're X-Mutants. Malibu revamps that idea and makes it a little less horrific. But all in all, rough stories. I guess the original team was 5. I think the new team was 6. Evenly balanced, male and female. The art on the Malibu stuff, I know it's more modern, definitely more 90s, but I like it. I really like it. The older stuff, it's kind of hit or miss sometimes, and I know it's black and white, a lot of it. Another one of those. But I find it to just be a fascinating series. There's an annual even. Solo X Mutants. That's actually, I don't remember this cover actually. That's a cool cover. I like that a lot. They also started leading into Shattered Earth Chronicles, where the Earth is, of course, all, destroyed and shattered. And I have quite a few Shattered Earth Chronicles as well. Shattered Earth Chronicles. Shattered Earth Chronicles. It's a pretty cool cover. I need to do some videos on these. And this is a Solo X Mutants. This actually falls into probably my top 5 or top 10 favorite comic book covers of all time. I did a video on my top, I can't remember what it was, top 40 or top 50 or whatever, favorite comic book covers. And that was one up at the top. That's just Shattered Earth. That was another title. It's X Mutants Universe, but it's under the heading of Shattered Earth. See, now we're looking almost like a Marvel cover at times. X Mutants Universe Anthology. My coffee's getting cold. Nice cover. If you see it again, I like that one. So these fall into the realm of comics that I will buy, no matter how many of them I have. When you come across them, like in a dollar bin or a bargain bin or somewhere like that, you get them. They're just rare enough. There's not a lot of them. They're never anything that you generally accidentally locate. They're usually something that you have to hunt down to find. And that is disgusting. He's like got an eyeball hanging out of his mouth. That's some big hair going on. Yeah, there's just certain books that are of a rarity that when you see them, you don't pass. You can't pass. You would be a fool to. They're just too hard to find. And Pied Piper stuff, Ex Mutants definitely falls into that category of books that no matter how many times I will see them in a bargain bin, I will buy them. In this issue, everybody dies. They're not kidding. I read that one. Like I said, grab it a couple of times. Everybody dies. This just looks like an 80s video game cover, doesn't it? I like that. Yeah, so adventure, comedy, horror, tragedy. Interesting books to read. Boy, do I have a lot of them. Well, not a lot of them. There isn't a lot of them, but I got a pretty good chunk of them. X Mutants #2, Pied Piper. Or no, that's Amazing Comics, not Pied Piper. And then we get, looks like my last 2 issues of Eternity books. I think Eternity turned into Malibu or something like that. I don't remember how all this went down, but what do I have here? Looks like I've got Cloak and Daggers. Cloak and Dagger. This is the whole 4-part issue miniseries. Those are nice. These are comics that I did sell at one point when I was selling everything out, trying to financially get by, years ago. I sold my Cloak and Daggers. This is not the 4-part miniseries. This is the bigger series because here's issue 5. 6, and it looks like we got Mayhem in the background there. This would be the 12-issue series, I'll bet you. Or the series that ran 12 issues. These are very dark, very gothic feeling. They got the Daredevil / Batman feel. Gritty Dark City, that kind of thing. Issue 11. Actually, that is where that series ended. Hello, Ollie. My little dog has wandered into the room. That's okay. You'll notice I don't have these bagged and boarded anymore. This would be the first 4-issue miniseries. Yeah, I was able to resecure all these for very little. And so that is nice. Because Cloak and Dagger later became like, oh, they botched up the plot. They've screwed up a lot. The original books had a lot of heart and were very good. I also have a pretty good stack of, I guess I have a whole bunch of these. I didn't realize I had a whole set. I've got all of Strange Tales. It's been a while since I've run through all of Strange Tales. But they were like, it was like a half and half book. It's half Doctor Strange, half Cloak and Dagger. If y'all know my channel, you know I don't like Doctor Strange. I don't like heavy magic characters. I think I don't know, they're boring to me. Never was a big fan of the, I don't know what the word you would call it, a culty feel for it, maybe. Hey, I was a child of the 80s. My parents took away my Thundercats figures. I wasn't allowed to watch shows like He-Man. And so, yeah, there's some things that still put out a vibe that I don't really always enjoy. But, yeah, Doctor Strange, even without that baggage on it, I just never really cared for the character. I think I have a full set of these because this is issue 15. Oh, 16. Yeah, if you can cringe as I flop that comic around, you'll live. Wait. 17. 18. And 19. And if I remember right, I did, and now because it's occurring to me, I did a full set of videos on these books, page by page, a few years back, if I remember right, going through the entirety of these. If I didn't, I will go back and look, and I will do that, but I'm almost positive that I did. Drop these in the box. And what do I have left? I have 2 packs. Scarlet Witch miniseries 1 through 4, all bagged up together, which seems really odd for me to do. And then Spider-Woman, not the good one, not Jessica Drew, the other one. Series is like that. I know I went through those and did videos on those. So I'm pretty sure I did videos on all of these, but that is a good chunk. So boxed, ready to go. Appreciate you guys spending some time with me on a Sunday morning. I'm gonna go check on the kid. Have a good Sunday. Have a good week. That's my story. I'll catch you guys later.